Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this edition of SportsView. Good evening, Derwynne, and welcome.
Hey, Pat. Hi, Joe.
Good evening, Joe, and welcome.
Evening, Pat. Evening, Doug.
Yes, it has begun. The Premiership.
Yes, it has.
And for some, it didn't really start well. Others, it's the same old story. Well, there was wins to Liverpool, Sunderland, Spurs, Man City, Forest, and Arsenal. And tonight is the last Premiership match of the series. Leeds United are playing. Welcome back, Leeds, to the Premiership. Are playing Everton at 8 o'clock. Well, it's on at the moment as we're on here. And did you see any of the matches, Joe?
I did.
Yeah. And we were just saying before we came on here about Man United. We want to start with them. I don't know, is Amarin, as you said, I know is Amarin up for the job?
Well, I mean, sorry, Derwynne, you were going to say?
No, he carry on, Joe.
No, I think he's fine. I mean, they looked pretty decent on Sunday. I thought. Again, a goalkeeping error that kills him. You know, and the good stuff. They had a lot of possession. And they just couldn't finish. You know, but I still think they have the problems that they had last year. In that the opposition midfield players are getting between the United midfield and their defender and causing them problems.
Yeah, so, I agree with you, Joe. The midfield don't have enough energy.
No. And they were outnumbered in midfield at the weekend. You know, so that's always a problem. And Casemiro not exactly the most athletic of guys at this time in his career. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I mean, Casemiro just hasn't got the legs, does he?
No, he doesn't.
But surely the manager knows that.
He does, and he's trying to. I think he's trying to find somebody to replace him. The guy from Brighton is looking to try and sign.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but you know, you look at Ugarte. I don't think he's the answer. They paid a lot for him, and I don't think Amarin rates him, even though he had him by Porto.
No,
I thought United were better than they have been.
Right.
But at the same time, they still look miles off the pace because Arsenal were poor, weren't they?
Well,
Arsenal, they weren't great.
No, they weren't.
No, they were not. You know,
And
I thought as an opening game, it was very poor fare.
Yeah, it was. You know, and I mean, at this time last year, we were talking about Arsenal flying at the beginning of the season. This year, not so much. And they've won their first game, so they've got a deep squad. So they'll be
Yes, and there's from our pal Derwynne Talk Sport. I just want to play this tip for you.
Premier League predictions. Here's a 1 to 20. We don't even know the end of the window yet, but who cares? Let's put the neck on the block. Bottom of the table, it's going to be Burnley. I'm afraid they won't get away with that defensive strategy again. Also going down with Burnley are Wolverhampton Wanderers. They'll finish 19th. You don't lose that quality and survive. And I'm putting Brentford in the bottom three as well. Same reason you don't lose that quality and survive. So just above the dotted line, Nottingham Forest. I just don't think they'll be able to cope with the European campaign as well. West Ham, I think, are going to be in 16th place. I think they'll struggle. I think Graham Potter will have difficulty getting his methods across. Just above them in 15th, I'll put Bournemouth. Again, there's a bit of quality missing in pre-season. I don't think it's been particularly special. Sunderland, I think, will survive, and it looks like they're going to do all right from my point of view. So I've got them just above Bournemouth. And then we're heading into mid-table. Fulham I've got just above Sunderland. Leeds, I think, will cope and they'll survive and they'll thrive as they did last time they came up. So I've got them in mid-table, just below Brighton. However, I've got Crystal Palace to finish above Brighton and Hove Albion. Everton are just above Crystal Palace. I've got Spurs to go from 4th bottom up to 8th. 7th will be Aston Villa. 6th will be Newcastle. Manchester United are going to be 5th in the table. That's a bold prediction. Liverpool to finish 4th. Don't at me. Manchester City to finish 3rd. There's a lot of recovery work to do there. I've got Chelsea to finish 2nd, and they will just be edged out of the title by Arsenal. So, at long last, Arsenal are finally going to win the title.
Well, that was his opinion. What do you think? What do you think, Joe?
I disagree with him in some of it. I think Sunderland are going to be in trouble. I think West Ham are going to be in trouble. Sunderland beat West Ham at the weekend 3-0.
Yeah, they beat them handily.
West Ham are a poor team. I saw this. He's taken over Great Park. He's won 5 games. That's a terrible. I mean, when you look at what David Moyes did there,
yeah,
you know. So I think that victory flattered to the seas a little bit for Burnley or for
Sunderland.
I think Brentford. I think Brentford are in trouble. You just can't. You can't lose those guys. The quality they lost.
They had Keith Andrews in as manager in Brentford. You know.
Yeah.
They're beaten 3-1, but Forest are good. Forest are a good handy team. I don't think they'll be in trouble.
I don't think they'll be in trouble at all. I think Brentford will miss Thomas Franks.
I'm sorry, Derwynne.
I think Brentford will miss the manager.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was a very, very organised, very good manager. You know, he was a very, very good manager.
I mean,
he's gone to England, is he?
No, he's
that's
Tuchel, isn't he?
That's Thomas Tuchel I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Thomas Franks went to Spurs.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
That's very hard to replace. Somebody like that. And they've lost their captain as well to Arsenal.
They've lost a couple of good players, haven't they, Brentford?
Yeah, so going down to the championship, I thought, well, Wrexham were beaten and was Wrexham written down here? Yeah. Preston beat Leicester City and 2-1. Luton Town lost to Bradford and Grimsby and had another good win, Joe, at home, 2-1.
Yeah.
And it was a good match. They were playing midweek as well. I thought I saw midweek. Anyway.
They drew in midweek.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that match, yeah.
Yeah, and they've got United in the next round of the Carabao Cup at London.
And they'll be handy match for them. They'll be handy now. Yeah. They'll be handy again. You expect them to win that, do you?
I do, yeah.
Yes, good. We have a memory later on coming up in the program. Do you know something? I have another story from Brian Clough and Mark Crosley, and we might get a chance to play it later on in the show. I was just sitting again. I'm thinking of it again. I'd love to have been in the dressing room. That's what I'm thinking of myself, being there, listening to the carry on between it. It's something else altogether. There's some great stories. The rugby championship started down under the other side in the southern hemisphere, and Australia had a terrific win over South Africa, 38-22, and they were 22 points behind at one stage in the match. Australia, that is. They've been George Smith is building a fine team there,
Yeah.
And New Zealand beat Argentina 41-24, which means for the rankings, New Zealand are gone to number 1, above South Africa. So it goes to show, they're probably the 4 best teams in the world. You know, when you think about it, the rugby. Talk about rugby. The Women's World Cup is starting the weekend coming up. There are 16 teams in the World Cup, and Pool A is England, Australia, USA, and Samoa. Pool B, Canada, Scotland, Wales, and Fiji. Pool C, New Zealand, Ireland, Japan, and Spain. And Pool D I think, is a terrific thing. France, Italy, South Africa, and Brazil. And Pool D. I was looking at ticket prices today. I was saying, Derwynne, it's £109 to go to see Japan playing Ireland. I had to take off my glasses and again to check the price. I said, that can't be right, you know. There's no reflection on the women. I said, £109 to watch Japan and Ireland in rugby in Northampton, you know, in Franklin Gardens. I said, that must be all wrong, but it's not just the price. There are more expensive tickets available for other matches, but I think a lot of the sports today are pricing what we call the ordinary punter out of the market, you know. I don't think you promote women's rugby by charging people €109. I don't think it's sports, you know.
It doesn't
a lot of money.
doesn't encourage you to take kids, does it?
Okay, oh God, no, cheapers, no. England, New Zealand, and France are the 3 teams, and Canada. New Zealand, France, and Canada are the 4 teams that are tipped to win the whole thing. But anyway, it starts next weekend. It'll be on all usual platforms as well for people who are interested in it, you know. That's over next weekend. In the golf over the weekend, Scotty Scheffler had his 5th win on the PGA Tour. It's the BMW Championship. He won it at -15. 66, 65, 67, and 67. He won $3.6 million, Joe, for his weekend, you know. And that's his 5th win on the tour. Good. And McIntyre from Scotland was runner-up. He led the first 3 rounds, I think. And he finished at -13. He shot a 62, 64, 68, and a 73 in the last round that killed him, really. But he won $2.16 million, so he's all right. You know, it softened the blow. And on the DP World Tour, Marco Pinch won it at -16, and he won for $500,000 for himself. But in the live golf,
Sheffield doesn't make any mistakes. That's his strength.
yeah. If he hits a wayward shot, he seems to have an incredible recovery, you know, for the next shot, you know.
I mean, McIntyre bogey 1 and 2. You can't start doing that with Sheffield next year.
Do you think Scheffler? He was playing with Scheffler. Was it last round?
Yeah.
Do you think that made a difference in his golf?
Yeah, big time.
Oh, I see.
He would have been looking forward to going out with Scheffler, but at the same time, he had a. I think he had a. Did he have a 2-shot lead? I think.
Yeah.
But standing on 13 and their level, that Scheffler would be picking up the positive vibes, and McIntyre would be negative.
Yeah. Well, in the live golf, John Ram won his thing, and the playoff against Munoz was very good. In the women's, in the Portland Classic, the girl from Japan won Akai Iwai. With all apologies to all Japanese for watching. She won at -24. She's a terrific golfer if you watch her, you know, terrific golfer. Tonight, as we're on the air, the final of the Cincinnati Open in tennis between the Lance Armstrong of tennis, that's Yannick Sinner. He's playing Alcaraz in the final. And the women's final is played by the Lance Armstrong of the women's tennis, Swiatek. She's playing Paulini from Italy. So
Allegedly.
let the juice roll. Let the juices roll there. But that's only my own opinion. And it's allegedly, yeah. And I don't know what to say. Do you know what I was watching over the weekend as well? The Shanghai Masters snooker. Ronnie O'Sullivan and Neil Robertson. He was 7-2 down at one stage, Ronnie O'Sullivan. He won 5 frames in a row, including 2 147s, you know, and to 7-all. Then he went 8-7 ahead. I think there's a testament to Neil Robertson that he stayed with him after that, you know, after sitting in his chair for so long, not putting a ball, and then it was 9-all. Ronnie O'Sullivan came out in for the final frame and he went 39-0 up in the final frame, but he went out of position. But anyway, Neil Robertson prevailed. He won $500,000 for the winner and the trophy, obviously. But O'Sullivan played some terrific snooker, both in the quarter-final. He won 6-5. The semi-final, he won 6-5 as well, and in the final. But he's like a god over in Saudi Arabia, wherever he goes for playing snooker anyway, you know.
2 147 same match.
Yeah, it's just he won 147,000 for the 147, and he won 200,000 for runner-up position. And apparently now in the newspaper he got that much again to appear in the tournament. So he actually probably won more money than if he had won the competition. Yeah. But you don't begrudge to people like that, you know, because, well, as people might know, he has a huge business set up in Saudi Arabia outside Jeddah. He's a snooker academy. Yeah. So you know, it's a huge.
He's got one in China as well, hasn't
he? Yeah. And so he'll be, and he got married there not so long ago, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
he did. Yeah.
So his head will be all right. So he's a calmer, you know. Although sometimes it has the opposite effect on people. But we wish him the best anyway, you know. An amazing man, all, you know. And I suppose he's the only snooker player I'd sit down and watch, you know. The one thing I like about O'Sullivan, he goes for his shots. You know, he doesn't walk around the table and look for the easy safety. He just goes for it. That's why he's liked, I think, you know.
But when he does the safety stuff, he's good at that as well.
Oh, he's good at safety as well, you know.
Yeah. He is the most exciting. I mean, you watch him when he's playing, don't you?
Hmm?
If you know he's on, if he's not on, you tend to not watch it.
I think just 5 or 6 years ago, he was entered into, you know, the 3 or 4 Nation series. They had the Welsh Open, the Scottish Open, the British Open, you know, and Northern Ireland Open. He was entered for the Scottish Open. And I think he either got ill or something, but he couldn't make it. There was an immediate 40% drop in tickets for the tournament when he wasn't there, you know. His box office, as they say, you know. Unlike the shambles we saw over the weekend in the boxing. Oh my God. Thank God we didn't have to pay for it. My God, it's all over in 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, you know. Dylan White and this new sensation, I didn't see anything good about him. He was, you know, he hit him 5 or 6 times and that was it, you know. It was all over.
How much did he get paid for falling over?
I know he got a couple of $100,000 anyway, at least, you know. A couple of $100,000, but it's not a sport anymore. I hate to say it, I've been a boxing fan all my life. The way it's going now, it's not a sport anymore. It's an occasion, you know. It's an occasion. I think people won't pay to see it anymore if you have this carry on in. They will not pay to see it. I'd rather be without it than pay any money to watch it. It's very very poor, poor fare. Now, what did you think of your man's predictions that Arsenal will win the Premiership? Joe, what do you think?
No, well, I think for him to have Liverpool where he had Liverpool is a great mistake. And Manchester City looked really good
They
on
did.
Saturday against Wolves. Their blue players look like they are a different class. And I think Rodri didn't even play at the weekend, did he?
No.
No. So he's got to come into the team. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they fare against
Who you going for, Joe, to win the league?
I think that you'd have to say that City are going to be right up there, and I think Liverpool just with the depth of their squad, I think they'll be just they and City will be just a class above, I think.
Well, Friday night, West Ham are home to Chelsea Friday night in the Premiership. So that will be an interesting game, And then next Saturday you have Man City are playing Tottenham at home. Bournemouth are playing Wolves. Brentford are playing Aston Villa. Burnley are playing Sunderland. And Arsenal are playing Leeds. So that means Man United will be playing again on Sunday. Everton are playing Brighton on Sunday. Crystal Palace are playing Forest. And Fulham are at home to Man United. That's their fixtures for next weekend, So Man United will be in London to play Fulham.
So some interesting games there.
Oh yeah, the Friday night game with Chelsea and West Ham.
Yeah.
Chelsea drew and West Ham lost, so that'll be a tough game now as well.
I'm surprised that Bowen. No one's gone for Bowen.
Huh?
I'm surprised that Bowen is still at West Ham.
And who?
That Bowen, the number 10.
Oh, Jared Bowen.
Jared Bowen.
Yeah. He's I think he's a good player. I mean, he's obviously got a nose for the goal. It'd be interesting. If I'm surprised that a bigger club hasn't come in. Because I think he's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. Not like some guys that other clubs have signed are going to have to work their way into it.
And
Get used to the pace of it.
what about your man in Newcastle, Isaac?
Well, that's a whole other thing there. I just can't believe the guy has had his head turned that badly. He's got a 3-year contract left. What does he think he's going to do?
He has a year, is it?
3.
Oh, well, it's quite obvious to me that he doesn't want to stay in Newcastle.
Right, but why Newcastle don't have to sell him?
Oh,
And
no,
if he refuses to play, every time he refuses to play, I think he can be fined 2 weeks' wages.
In the grand scheme of things, I think there'll have to be some kind of an agreement, because if you have a club to run and you have a player that doesn't want to play for you, I mean, whatever about the contract, he doesn't want to play with Newcastle anymore. What do you do? What's the answer?
Well, I mean, if he refuses to play, then it's not an issue anywhere because they're not losing any money. But Newcastle are looking at it from the side that they need to replace him, and they haven't been able to find anybody.
Yeah,
So
that's the
why should
problem.
they
Right?
give up? He was the second and third leading goal scorer in the Premier League the last 2 years. Why should they give him up if they don't want to?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but from the player's point of view, I don't know what the answer is. They're hardly going to. Well, if he doesn't play, they'd have to get a replacement for him. Even if it's only on loan, they'd have to replace him. Now, if they do that, that's the end of his career at Newcastle. Then.
Yeah. I mean, his career in Newcastle is probably over already because fans have turned on him now.
It's a pity. It's a pity to end like that. You know. It's
Joe,
a pity.
how much power do the agents have?
I'm sorry, Derwynne.
How much power do the agents have?
How
Well,
much
the
power do
agents are the ones that are always driving it. He's got an agent, I think, that has history of being disruptive. When one of his clients gets a big offer. So I think that's going to be. It's going to stay like that a little while.
Let's cheer ourselves up with a nice memory, lads.
Okay, well, your prediction then for this one?
I would go for the draw.
No score.
No score. And Joe, you're convinced an Irish win by a goal?
1-0. Total control in midfield, 1-0.
Sheridan. It's not easy. Onto it comes Houghton. And Houghton with the shot, and it's there! Bring me back, and I'll do the job for you, Jack. And he's done just that after only 11 minutes. What splendid, sparkling opportunism.
There was a lot of rumours at the time that I might not be playing. I worked hard through the summer, and Jack rewarded me by playing me. And, thankfully on the day I went out and done the business for them and scored the goal.
Tassotti. Baggio. Albertini. Dino Baggio. And in goes Roberto Baggio. McGrath's head got there. Dino Baggio once more. Again it's McGrath. And now Baggio once again. Signori, Baggio. And once more Paul McGrath, the man to the rescue.
I think the game in New York against Italy was probably the one that sticks in the memory a bit. Just because how things went, Ray scoring the goal, us actually getting off to a good start for a change.
Roy Keane. Townsend. Keane. He's got away from his marker. Points in the middle. And Sheridan. Oh, the crossbar saves Italy.
Because there were so many Irish people in the stadium, there was a terrific atmosphere, and it was a great opening to the World Cup, beating Italy, who eventually went on to the finals, as we know. I thought that was a very emotional type of moment.
Is it ever going to end? So reminiscent of Windsor Park in November when they played 4 minutes in Seville before we knew for sure what we know for sure now. History has been made in the Giant Stadium in New Jersey. Another magnificent chapter in Jack Charlton's managerial career.
Well, everyone remembers Roberto and the Italian goalkeeper a mile away from the goals, you know. But it was a terrific win for Ireland. But they had a terrific team as well. Joe Kinnear, very astute there, and he said they'll dominate midfield and they'll win 1-0, you know.
Yeah.
Joe, but that would be a time.
Keane was good in that match.
Roy Keane, yeah. And Paul McGrath was superb. I mean, Paul McGrath was a superb. I mean, they had a terrific team when you look at the players they had, you know.
But so did Italy.
Yeah. The Italian team were, festooned with top-class players.
Yeah. I mean, Italy lost in the final, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they closed pubs after that. They drank all the pubs and You know, where was it? Where was that? In Seattle?
No, that was
That was
the Ireland Italy game.
Or the Giant Stadium
in
That was
Jersey.
in that was in New York.
in New York? Oh, they had plenty of room for drinking. So after the match,
Yeah.
you know, it's terrific.
The Italians didn't know what to do. Half of Ireland was at the match.
Yeah, I mean they were outnumbered in the crowd as well. You know,
Oh yeah.
totally outnumbered. But anyway, there was a nice meme I came across during the week, you know. But because I was interested in Joe Kinnear, I thought Joe Kinnear was a terrific player as well himself. You
He
remember
was.
Joe? Kinnear? You remember Joe? Do you, Joe?
Oh yeah, we brought together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was a terrific man.
Yeah.
And
It was a
he
great
managed-
character.
Yeah. He managed Luton, didn't he?
He managed Luton, he managed Newcastle, he managed Wimbledon.
Wimbledon, yeah. That's
And,
right.
Yeah. Actually, he was the only manager to get promotion and get sacked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He got Luton promoted and got sacked at the end of the season. Because
Jeez.
he could be a bit
Irish
hot-headed
hot-headed.
character. And something happened. And I remember him telling me at the we had the reunion a few years ago,
Yeah.
and he was telling me about it. And like only Joe could do it. That's the kind of character he was.
Yeah.
He was some man.
Joe
Vinnie
Kinnear.
Jones tells the story about one of the games they were playing at Wimbledon one time, and Wimbledon got beat. They got beat badly. And Joe comes into the dressing room at half-time, or at the end of the game, and he's fuming, he's effing this and that. And I'm getting a Frenchman, I'm getting a Spaniard, I'm getting an Italian, I'm getting them all next week, and you're all gone. So they all showed up for training anyway on Tuesday, and the lads are out on the pitch, and Joe comes out for it. Vinny goes to him, Joe, where's the Italian? Where's the Frenchman? Where's the Spaniard? And Joe, true to his normal, F off you lot. Yeah.
I'd say that there'd be a book in the time that he managed Wimbledon, you know.
Oh yeah.
Who was the manager? Was it Larry Sanchez was the manager when they won the cup?
No, Bobby Gould.
Oh,
Larry Sanchez scored the goal, didn't he?
Larry Sanchez scored the goal in 1988.
Yeah. But I think Bobby Gould was the manager then, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
There's nothing around like him now, you know, like Wimbledon, I'm saying, you know.
Yeah.
Where are all the characters gone?
I'm telling you.
No. Just want to touch on athletics. We never cover it here because I don't know much about it. I'm not an expert. But there was one English runner who caught my eye in the Olympics. She was terrific. And then she got a series of injuries which kept her off the track because the World Championships in athletics are on next month, I think, anyway. But here she is, back in her debut on the track.
Place. Nove, who I thought would be one of the dangers of Botswana, in third place, but Hodgkinson steaming away. 200 metres to run. She's got about a 4-metre lead. Hodgkinson from Madeira and Norway. The gap is growing. 85 seconds at 400. She's done that last 200 around 29 seconds, and she's still going well. Watch the clock, because Hodgkinson here could smash the world best for this year. 156.6 by Jaguma of Ethiopia. The gap is 6 metres, and Hodgkinson begins to ease away yet further. It's 7 metres now. The rest of them trying desperately to go with her, but it's 10, 12 metres as she gets to the line. Watch the clock. 154.75. She is back with a massive bang here in the Silesia Stadium. Massive sighs of relief being breathed all around Manchester.
That's Kelly Hodgson. She's a terrific runner. You probably know her, heard of her, Derwynne, did you? She won in Paris, the Olympics as well.
Yeah,
but
she did really well in the Olympics.
But she She was injured a lot of time, but she's back now again, and I think she's looking terrific. And I think if you're going to have a plot on someone to win the gold medal in the World Championships, I think she'd be terrific. She left all the rest of them just in her wake, you know, and I think it's time for what's his name? The story. Mark Carson.
So I ended up signing an apprenticeship there, and then my debut that you're just on about there, it happened weirdly. Brian Clough, manager, we had 4 keepers: Steve Sutton, Anne Seegers, Paul Crichton, and myself. It was a midweek game against Liverpool. I didn't know that we were going to play in this game, and how it come about, Steve Sutton, first team goalie, he'd gone down with a virus during the day, so it was too late to get anybody on loan. Seegers was out on loan at Wimbledon, and Paul Crichton was injured, so there were only me left. I didn't know, but my old man had had a call during the day saying, get yourself down to Nottingham tonight. Mark's playing, but whatever you do, don't tell him, because he'll himself, like, you know.
Straight in deep end.
So at 7 o'clock, I gets the shout, and Cloughie, he had 4 nicknames for me, right? He used to call me house, imbecile, Barnsley, and when I got in his team regularly, he started to call me Jigsaw, but I'll come on to that a bit later. Anyway, I gets the shout off Cloughie, house! He goes, so I put my head out at the boot room like that, and he goes, get your boots on, and it would help if you put your fucking gloves on as well. You're playing. So I thought, playing? Is he winding me up here or what? But idea behind it, and brilliance behind man management was that I had 45 minutes to get ready to go and play the game. No time.
Direct order from Clough that, don't tell him a word.
Yeah, to my dad. But my dad was at the game, so I never knew. My dad had been down all day.
Yeah.
So when it Clough, you phoned your dad?
Phoned my dad, yeah. We won 2-1 anyway, so apparently I got told I did all right, and we'd beat them. And like I said, Rush, Barnsley and Beardsley, they were front three. So Cloughie was right. I would have hit myself if my old man had told me that I was playing. And then following week, we're playing Newcastle away. And you know when you think you've done all right and you think you've got a chance of playing, but Steve Sutton were now fit to play. He'd trained all week, and I thought, that's me. But what we used to do is, on a Friday, we used to go training. We used to walk outside at River Trent to training ground, and he'd take the walk. You weren't allowed to walk past him. So he'd have his tennis racket and he'd have his dog and he'd be eating fucking tennis ball. And Gary Charles, young fullback, sometimes he used to make Gary Charles walk his dog instead of training. That's you done today. So, he was brilliant to work for. Anyway, what you used to do is you used to go back to the ground then, and team sheet used to be up. So I thought, do you know what, I might have half a chance. So I thought, I'll get there first, have a look on team sheet. Anyway, I looked at team sheet and it said that, and it was on number 1, house. So I thought, I'm fucking in. I'm playing at Newcastle tomorrow. So this time, you've got all night to think about it. I didn't get no kip. Anyway, we won 1-0, and I remember Lee Chapman scored winner. Following week, we've got Coventry FA Cup at home. So I'm thinking, is that me? No, still got a chance. Anyway, I'm in team. So what Clough used to do, if you started getting a little bit too big for your boots, he used to knock you back down to earth. So I played against Coventry and I made my first mistake. I gave one of the goals away. But we won 3-2.
So you've won your first 3 games?
3 games. So my first 3 games, we've won all 3. And it's gone all right. And you're starting to get a little, it's a piece of piss, this. Which, as we know, it's not. So he used to manage on a level playing field. Like, you got like Stuart Pearce in there, captain of England, your Des Walkers, Nigel, his son, and Neil Webb, some great players. And even them, if they stepped above that mark, he was class at knocking you back down to earth. Like, I can remember going to the dressing room door and turning round to the lads saying, see you Monday, lads, thinking just Sunday's a day off, innit? Like, and he goes, where do you think you're going, house? So I says, I'm going home. Where's home? I said, I live in Barnsley. He said, my house, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, bring your boots, and it would help if you bring your fucking gloves as well. I'm thinking, I don't know where he lives. How am I going to get to his house at 9 o'clock Sunday morning? So I thought, who's the best person to ask? So Nige weren't there, so I thought, well, surely Kitman or Grandsman or something like that knows where he lives. So I asked Kitman, no, I don't know where he lives. Grandsman. He goes, yeah, I know where he lives. I said, can you take me there tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock? I don't know why I've got to go, but I've got to be at his house. So he goes, no problem, I'll meet you at ground at 8 o'clock and we'll take you through. Lives in Derby. I said, all right, no probs. Gets in the van. Gets to his house about 8:30. And Chaz drops me off and he pisses off in van. So I'm stood at the bottom of Cloughie's drive, thinking it's 8:30. He said 9 o'clock. I better wait. 5 to 9, I walks up drive. House, but never seen out like it. Like Barnsley Town Hall, his house. So I walks up, knocks at the back door, and his wife answers, Barbara, and she goes, "Hello, Mark, how you doing? Pleased to meet you. Come in, I'll make you a cup of tea, slice of toast," she says. So, "Would you like one?" I said, yeah, don't worry, yeah.
You couldn't put a bit of fucking bacon between it, could you?
Still don't know why I'm there. So I sits down in the kitchen. Oh, I can remember what. He had this golden retriever. It kept running up to me and like sniffing me knackers and all that. And I wanted to fucking boot it, like, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking, I can't, it's Cloughie's dog. All these things going, why am I here? So anyway, he comes downstairs, rugby shirt, green sweater, blue tracky bottoms, pair of wellies on, tennis racket in his hand. Dog goes and sits at side of him. He goes, "I won't call you shit house, 'cause Barbara's here." He says. "But I'd like to say thank you." So I goes, "What for?" Now, Nigel's manager of Burton Albion and chief scout is Simon, his other son, Simon Clough. Simon Clough is the manager of a Division 5 Sunday League team in Derbyshire Sunday League. You know what's coming, don't you? So Cloughie goes, "Thank you for agreeing to play for Simon's team this morning. They haven't got a goalkeeper and I thought you'd do, son." So,
thanks for agreeing.
So I goes, "No problem, it's Cloughie, innit? I'm not going to say no." So anyway, I get in car with Simon and we go to this ground. It was like Concord Park. It was like, there were 25 pitches all over. Dog shit, broken glass, you name it's on these pitches. We're getting changed in the same dressing room as the team we're going to play against.
So you actually played in this game?
Yeah. I've played against Coventry FA Cup day before. Newcastle, Liverpool 2 weeks before that.
And you're playing against fucking Dog and Duck.
Division 5 at Derbyshire standard was fucking horrendous, right? Well, this kid said, piped up, and he goes, "What the fuck's he doing here?" "It's that young goalie, young Crossley. I seen he played against fucking Coventry yesterday. What's he doing here?" So I've clocked him, and I'm thinking, I better get ready and get out of here. So I gets my gear on, gets out onto the pitch. Anyway, game kicks off, and I'm not lying, we were far superior to this other team. And I've hardly touched ball, and I look over to my right-hand side, and Archie Gemmell, remember Archie Gemmell?
Yeah.
He's fucking linesman. He's a friend at family, he's running line, right?
Drafted them all in.
Archie Gemmell, European Cup winner, he's running fucking line for AC Hunters. That's what the team were called, AC Hunters. So, anyway, 4-0 it was. Game's still going on. And I gets the shout, and house! I thought, he fucking can't be here. Surely he's not here. So I look over, and about 3 pitches away, Cloughie's there with his dog, hitting tennis ball for the dog. Shouts me. So I look over, puts thumb up like that. I'm that mesmerised that he's there, and Archie Gemmell's running line. And I've wandered over to the left-hand side at box, and they fucking score. Their team scores. It could, honestly, if you don't know me, it can only fucking happen to me. That. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I gets ball out it back at net, and I chucks it back to halfway line, and he shouts me again. House! So I look over again, and he's stood there giving it a sign. AC Hunters got fined 50 quid for playing a ringer. And that bastard took it out of my wages to pay for fine. Swear to God. He fucking took 50 quid out of my wages to pay fucking fine for AC Hunters. So that's what he was like, and that's how we knock you back down to earth, like, you know.
I mean, things don't happen anymore in soccer, you know. That was a different time, you know, in the 70s and 80s, but you can see the psychology of it as well, you know, down to a Sunday League team from playing against Liverpool and Coventry. Can you imagine it? Can you just picture the scene, like, you know, to only one line on the pitch all around the ground, you know. But anyway, it's very good, and I'd love to have met the man, you know, that's Brian Clough I'm saying, you know. He was probably, obviously he had his faults, we all knew that, but he was a brilliant manager. There's no doubt about that. Brian Clough is. He had some brilliant teams under him. And
I remember being at Wembley for an England game, and he was there with Nigel Clark must have been about 7 or 8 years old. And somehow the England team, and I think they were playing. They're walking out of the tunnel to warm up, and next thing you see coming out of the tunnel is tiny Nigel Clough and Brian Clough, and they're having a kick around on the sand behind the goal. Remember they used to be behind the goals at Wembley?
Yes.
He's in there. England are warming up. Spain are warming up. Having a kick about, and he's out there throwing the ball at Nigel Clough and kicking it. How he got out. Everybody in the stand is going, that's Brian Clough. What's he doing?
I mean, what he did with Nottingham Forest was incredible. What he did with that club, you know. And didn't he manage Derby County after that? Did he?
Before that.
Was it? Didn't he win?
Derby was his first one. Well, in the part of the pool where he and Peter Taylor started.
Yeah.
And then Derby. And Derby were in the bottom end of the division, the old second at the time. And then saved them from mission. I think they won the next year. And then 3 years later, they won the first division.
Yeah. He had it all right. There's no doubt about it. He had it all right. So, but I mean, to bring Nottingham Forest into the top of the game in Europe was incredible. That was 1978, was it?
It was about that time.
1978. I mean, to win it. Oh, was it Hamburg they would beat the final, was it?
They beat Hamburg in one. They beat who was it? Hamburg. Malmo from Sweden.
Yeah, 1979. To win back-to-back European Cups is an incredible achievement, you know. And there was a straight knockout competition for people who were watching. There wasn't a whole league system where you get home and away and you get another chance. You played a game. If you were beaten, you were out, you know. And that was
in the first year, they played Liverpool in the first round of the European Cup. And they beat them. And Liverpool were the European champions at the time.
So around 77.
Yeah.
Yeah, 78. And they knocked Liverpool out in the first one. I'd forgotten that. They had John Robertson was on that team, was he? John Robertson
on that team.
A good player, a very good player.
Yeah. Well, that team had Schultz. Trying to think who the right back.
Stuart Pearce, wasn't it?
No, that's Paul Pearce. Had Larry Lloyd, Penny Burns at the centre half positions. Was it Colin Barry? Right. And then in left back, I think Frank Clark. Played in midfield was Archie Gemmell, John McGovern. Trying to think.
You had Peter Shilton, Jim Montgomery, Chris Woods, Viv Anderson, Kenny Burns, Larry Lloyd, Frank Clark, Dave Needham, Colin Barrett, Brian Gunn and Martin O'Neill. This is the squad.
Yeah,
John McGovern, Ian Boyer, John Robertson, Archie Gemmell, John O'Hare, Gary Mills, Steve Buck, Gary Birtles, Tony Woodcock, Trevor Francis, Steve Elliott and Peter Witt.
Yeah.
That was the squad.
Ian Boyer would be the midfield.
There were some terrific players on the team. He had terrific squad.
Yeah, he did.
He did. In fairness to me, he did, you know. And, well, according to Mark Crossley, they all love playing with him.
I'll find you. There's another clip. It was a real blonde-haired lad, and he was in the reserves, and he got brought up into the first team at Forest, and he was all excited. He said to Clough, "Thank you so much for I'm such a privilege and all the rest of it." And he turns around and says, "I've only brought you up to the first team and trained with the first team because I've heard you're good at squash. I need a partner."
You're good at what?
You're good at squash, and I need a squash partner.
He only brought him up
at Forest. They had a squash court built.
Tell me. He brought him into the first team so he could play squash with him.
Yeah. He said for like the first 2 weeks. He never trained the first team. He was like the Taylors with them. Come and play squash with me.
Jeepers. Well, he was some. There's yeah, that's right. Yeah, we miss characters out of soccer. Who would you consider a character today in the Premiership as a manager? I think your man fits the bill. That the manager of Nottingham Forest.
Oh no.
Espirito Santo, is it?
Yeah.
I think he's a character myself. But all the rest of them are very serious. Of course, it's a serious game now. It's a business, big business.
But there aren't Spanish German, aren't they?
Huh?
There are Spanish or German, aren't they?
Is there only one English manager in the Premiership, David Moyes, is it?
No, he's Scottish. No, Graham
he's Scottish.
Graham Potter is
Eddie Howe is Newcastle. Graham Potter is at West Ham.
Eddie. And then Parker at Burnley.
Oh yeah, I forgot him.
Yeah. Scott Porter,
Yeah. So, yeah, it's
a business anyway. The match between Leeds United is 0-0 at half time. As we're on the air tonight when it's been playing, and it's half time. It's 0-0, and there's 61,000 people at the match between Leeds tonight. Full house, I presume, in Ellen Road, is it? It's nice to see.
Everton's new ground.
I think it's Ellen Road, is it?
Yeah, Ellen Road.
Yeah.
This echo.
Yeah, Ellen Road. So, what we do, we look forward to next weekend. Man United will be in London, Derwynne, playing Fulham. How do you see that going? It's a must-win game for United.
I can't. I don't know what to say, to be honest.
What do you think, Joe?
I mean, I don't think it's a must-win game. It's really early yet. The result would be them. But they always seem to have problems with Fulham.
Yeah. Well, Fulham are a very organised, very good team.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, very well organised. Always difficult to beat, you know. So what we do tonight, best of luck to Leeds, and they're just captured at half time, and it's 0-0, and Leeds, and I have a soft spot for Leeds, I must admit, you know, because of the strong Irish connection down through the years, but strong, you know, I like Leeds United, but God be with the days of Norman Hunt and all them.
Yeah.
The best of luck to the best, Billy Bremner, Johnny Giles. Yeah. Two hard men midfield. You know that, Joe, do you?
Oh yeah.
Billy Bremner and Johnny Giles. You know? Well, you had to be to survive. So from So from Derwynne, Joe and myself, till we meet again next Monday night, lads, have a good week, and good sporting week, and take care. Bye bye.
See you, Pat.
Good night, lads. Take care.